When family turns into secret saboteurs, blood can bind and bleed you dry. The most dangerous saboteurs don't wear masks or lurk in shadows. They sit across from you at holiday dinners, there in the family photos on your wall. They know your childhood nickname and exactly which words will bring you to your knees. They are the family members who smile to your face while quietly ensuring your wings never fully extend. The invisible inheritance. Marcus always wondered why success felt like swimming upstream. Despite his talent and dedication, opportunities mysteriously dissolved. Job references inexplicably went cold. Relationships faltered at critical moments. It wasn't until his cousin's wedding, overhearing his mother casually undermining him to his new boss, that the pieces fell into place. For years, his own family had been secretly placing ceiling tiles above his head while encouraging him to reach for the stars. It was like discovering I'd been playing a rigged game my entire life, Marcus told me during our first session. The people who were supposed to be my biggest cheerleaders were actually betting against me. The familiar wounds. Family sabotage cuts deeper than any other betrayal because it violates our most primal trust. We're biologically wired to believe our family has our best interests at heart. When they don't, it creates a cognitive dissonance so painful that many people choose denial over recognition. This sabotage takes many forms. The whispering campaign, spreading doubts about your stability, reliability, or intentions to others in your network. The dream diminisher, making your aspirations seem foolish, impractical, or selfish when you share them. The subtle underminer, the backhanded compliment, the helpful criticism that always leaves you feeling smaller. The credit thief, claiming your ideas or achievements as their influence or inspiration. The emergency creator, manufacturing crises that demand your attention precisely when you're gaining momentum. The information gatekeeper, withholding opportunities, connections, or information that could help you advance. The loyalty tester, framing your individual success as abandonment or betrayal of family values. The hidden motivations, what drives family members to secretly sabotage your growth. The psychology runs deeper than simple jealousy. Fear of abandonment. Your success might mean you'll outgrow them, leave them behind, or see them clearly for the first time. Identity threat. Your evolution challenges their fixed narrative about who you are and, by extension, who they are in relation to you. Role disruption. Your growth threatens the family dynamic where perhaps they're the successful one, the smart one, or the one who sacrifices. Unhealed trauma. They may be unconsciously ensuring you don't surpass the ceiling their own parents placed on them. Narcissistic investment. Some parents experience your independent success as a narcissistic injury, proof you don't need them anymore. For Marcus's mother, the sabotage stemmed from a complex fear. Her identity was built around being needed, Marcus realized. My independence wasn't just unnecessary to her, it was an existential threat. The body keeps score. Like all betrayals, family sabotage leaves physical imprints. Marcus suffered from chronic tension, headaches, digestive issues, and persistent insomnia, his body's way of staying vigilant against threats his conscious mind wasn't ready to acknowledge. The physiological toll of this betrayal often manifests as autoimmune conditions where the body literally attacks itself, adrenal fatigue from constant unconscious vigilance, digestive disorders reflecting the inability to stomach the truth, chronic tension patterns, particularly in the shoulders and jaw, persistent low-grade anxiety that seems to have no obvious source. Your nervous system registers the contradiction between the family member's warm words and undermining actions as a threat it cannot resolve, creating a state of persistent physiological confusion. The moment of recognition. For most people, recognition comes through a pattern too consistent to ignore or a revelation too blatant to deny. For Marcus, it was overhearing his mother's conversation. For others, it might be discovering a sabotaging email, hearing from a third party, or finally connecting the dots between opportunities that mysteriously evaporated. This moment of clarity is both devastating and liberating, like finally discovering the name of an illness that's been haunting you for years. The loyalty trap. The most insidious aspect of family sabotage is how it entangles you in false loyalty. When you confront the behavior, you're often met with, "After all I've done for you ... Family comes first ... Blood is thicker than water ... I'm the only one who truly cares about you ... These manipulations frame your self-protection as betrayal, creating a double bind where standing up for yourself becomes proof that you're selfish, ungrateful, or cruel. Marcus struggled with this deeply. Even with evidence in hand, I felt like I was the one doing something wrong by addressing it, he said. The guilt was overwhelming. The liberation process. Healing from family sabotage is not a single conversation but a recalibration of your entire relational blueprint. For Marcus, the journey included documentation and verification, tracking patterns objectively rather than dismissing incidents as misunderstandings or coincidences, controlled information flow, making strategic decisions about what information about his life, plans, and opportunities to share, support network expansion, building relationships with people who genuinely celebrated his success, boundary architecture, creating clear consequences for undermining behaviors while leaving room for the relationship to evolve, grief processing, mourning the supportive family he wished he had while accepting the reality of the one he does have, compassionate detachment, understanding the wounds driving the sabotage without taking responsibility for healing them, identity reclamation, separating his self-perception from the distorted mirror his family held up, the conversation that changes everything. After months of preparation, Marcus finally confronted his mother. He didn't attack or accuse, he simply reflected back what he'd observed, how it impacted him, and what he needed moving forward. "I know you love me," he told her, "and I also know you've been speaking to my colleagues and partners in ways that undermine my opportunities. I need that to stop completely if we're going to have a relationship." Her initial denial and counterattacks were fierce. But when Marcus remained calm and specific about incidents and patterns, something remarkable happened, a crack in the defensive armor. She didn't fully admit it, Marcus recalled. But she did say something revealing. "I just worrying people will only want you for your success and not for who you really are." In that moment, I understood she was describing herself. The new family constellatio. Some family relationships transform after such conversations, others never recover. The outcome depends not just on your approach but on the other person's capacity for self-reflection and change. For Marcus, the relationship with his mother entered a new phase, more distant but paradoxically more honest. She didn't fully reform, but his awareness and boundaries prevented further sabotage from impacting his life. "The most surprising outcome wasn't with my mother," Marcus shared in our final session. "It was with myself. Once I stopped expecting support from sources that couldn't provide it, I could finally recognize the authentic support that had been around me all along." The questions that illuminate. If you suspect family sabotage, consider: do certain family members seem curiously well informed about private setbacks? Have opportunities inexplicably fallen through after you've shared them with family? Do you feel inexplicably anxious or drained before sharing good news with certain relatives? Have friends or partners mentioned receiving strange calls or comments from your family? Do you find yourself downplaying achievements around certain family members? Are your successes often met with comments that subtly diminish them? Do family emergencies or crises tend to arise when you're gaining momentum? The spiritual integratio. The deepest healing comes from understanding that family sabotage often reflects generational patterns rather than personal malice. Your growth threatens not just an individual but an entire system maintained across generations. By disrupting this pattern, by refusing to be diminished while also refusing to become bitter, you're performing healing work not just for yourself but for the entire family line. "I realized I wasn't just fighting for my own success," Marcus reflected 3 years later, now thriving in both his career and personal relationships. "I was breaking a cycle that had probably been playing out for generations before me." This is the ultimate spiritual alchemy, transforming the poison of betrayal into medicine for the ancestral lineage. The family that was meant to lift you up may have held you down instead. But in liberating yourself from these invisible chains, you create the possibility for authentic connection, either with these same family members in a transformed relationship, or with the chosen family waiting to truly celebrate your light.